Good morning, 23rd of August. I'm just stripping down memory lane and I thought try to relate to you a story that's come back to mind. I hadn't been in the truth very long, 10 years maybe. I think I was serving as a servant. And Hayes Bridge, the new Surrey Assembly Hall, was being built. Yeah, being built. And I can remember working out on the field service with the then presiding overseer, and I started being questioned by other elders, asking me what he was saying whilst we was on the service. They did it ever so subtly. I didn't at the time. I didn't realise that they were trying to get something on the presiding overseer. Anyway, well, I'm an open book. I told them, he didn't tell me anything confidence. I don't think I split any confidences. But anyway, I told him that, what he said. The old boy wasn't happy with all the money being spent on Surrey Assembly Hall, the sheer luxury of it. Anyway, I told these elders. Next thing I know, I'm being called in as a witness, as to like his behaviour. And I was asked again to repeat everything that he had told me whilst I was out on the service, and just me. And there was a few elders, could I come in and answer a couple of questions? And then I had to relate everything I'd related to this elder, about this presiding overseer, what he'd said, him not being happy with all this money being spent on the Surrey Assembly Hall. Anyway, they removed him. Yes, he took his job. Yeah, the ringleader. Yeah. Funny old boy he was. He was a bit of a lech. Is it called it a lech? Yeah, he's always grabbing hold of the young girls, giving them a squeeze and that. Get quite a few of these old lechers, don't you? Around Kingdom Halls. Yeah. Anyway, just put up a video on Deal. I'm sure it's a little while before I was sent to prison. Because I was sent to prison in February. That might have been, I believe that was earlier in like January or something like that. Yeah, it might have been 15 then. Was it 15 I went to prison? I think I've been a year out of prison, haven't I? I think so. Hey, those bloody Jehovah's Witnesses, they were able to get me locked up for 10 weeks. 10 weeks in prison. A man who'd never done had no record. No. I've been in the truth 30 years. They managed to get me thrown in prison for 10 weeks. When it was being heard by the magistrates, they were surprised I was being held in prison. They said, you're in prison? How long's he been held? And they said, he's been in there since February 12th or something like that. It was. Anyway, they gave me they let me bloody out, and I had to go off to Cambridge. Yeah, but there's a surprise. I'd served time, and of course the time I was in prison, they wouldn't give me any kind of time served or anything. No, there was no compensation for that. Jehovah's Witnesses made up all those bloody lies. Because all the things that they'd lied about, me turning up at Kingdom Halls and saying that they're all paedophiles and stuff like that, I didn't get done for any of that. No. Because we proved them all to be lies, So yeah, they had me locked up for 10 weeks. Anyway, I did some things in prison. Yeah, it was an eye-opener. Some terrible conditions going on in there. Some terrible things happening. But Funny experience. Hey, I got to do about 200 sandwiches. Because I got a job in the kitchen. Yeah. What was I going to do on the day? As soon as I got in there was all kinds of religious groups, you could join. And I was all booked up for Jehovah's Witnesses on the Thursday bloody morning. You bet I was. But I landed a job in the kitchen, so I couldn't blink and get there. Yeah, I couldn't get there. This good day I was in the kitchen. Anyway, if you when you're working in the kitchens, as I said, I got to make these 200 sandwiches for a VIP party. Must have been the governor, and the governor was entertaining or something, and I got in and making all these couple of 100 rounds of sandwiches, and I did a big fish cook. I like battered fish, like in these big industrial fish and chip shops. I did over 200 pieces of fish, yeah. And I'd eaten fish there before in the prison, and it was sloppy. You'd have all thick, horrible, blinking batter on it. Anyway, I got the chance to do it, and so I did a real good job of it. It took ages because I drained all the fish off first because it's all frozen, and all the water comes out of it. So I drained all that off, cleaned up all the fryers, and I did over 200 portions. Yeah. Hey, I went down, I'll go on the night. Yeah, they all liked it. It was great, it was. Hey, when I was down the kitchens, of course, I was able to get some decent food because I was losing weight, lost loads of weight. But whilst down in the kitchens, I got into the cold stores, so I was having my couple of apples a day, and some fruit. Yeah, and if you work down there on Monday to Friday, if you work on the weekend, it's usually like they have straightforward food on the weekend. Well, the others is, but it's an easier workload on the weekends. But if you manage to get work down there, you get a proper cooked meal. Yeah, so Saturday and Sunday I had a proper roast dinner every Saturday and Sunday, and we'd get like a gift bag made up. We'd have extra milk, we'd have crisps, and we'd have biscuits, and yeah. And I got on great with the guy who was dishing it all out, so I had like double portions of everything. Yeah. So that was double portions on Saturday and on Sunday. So Saturday nights, I did loads of trading, because I had extra everything. Yeah. And we was able to pick up a few things, little bits and pieces. There was some guys, there's some Indian guys, and they were desperate for split peas, lentils, any kind of lentils, because a lot of them do their own cooking in there. They give you a tiny little kettle, so they got it off to a fine heart, cooking in a kettle. So they do all kinds of stews and broths, yeah. And these lentils were as good as money. So I was able to get them some lentils and a few other things. It's all grub mainly, but yeah, it's quite an experience in prison. See some horrible things, as you do. See some guys getting chased and beaten up. Yeah, they find out they're sex offenders or anything like that. Yeah, they chase them around. Give them a good hiding. Pretty sad, really. Because some of the time, it's just the prison guards. Prison guards. You upset them. They spread rumours about you and get the other prisoners beat you up. They did it to me. They said I was in there for raping. Yeah, for rape. Yeah, so I had them all demanding my papers. They is all lining up, giving me a good hiding. Yeah. I went out and see one guy. There was a bar. There's bars between us. I'm glad there was because I don't think he would have listened any otherwise. But no, I went up close to him in these bars, and I had to explain to him that I was only there on minor charges. No one believed me, you see, because I was only up for class. What was it? 4. It was class 4, harassment charges. They're just public order offences. You know, £80 fine. That's all. That's all it is. £80 fine. 160. No, well, you know, $100 fine. That's what it is. But no, I was able to. Of course, when I said I no, I went in there for rape, and I told him, I say, fucking listen here, mate. I'm a protester. I protest against things like that, and that's why I'm in here. It's the prison guards, you know. They just want you to get a good hiding, so they spread rumours. But yeah, so I had some interesting experiences. Oh, I was gonna do them all, you know, week after week. But I should get all my paperwork out. I might go up and get my paperwork now and see if I can read through it and dig out a few experiences. Hey, been listening to some nice. Hey, it was Julia Dawn or Julie Dawn. That's what I was listening to. Must be a local girl, Londonish. She's. I say she's pretty new, but I think she might have done it last year. You know, there's lots of good channels out there, isn't there? It's finding them. Mike and Kim mentioned a few. I was able to watch them. Anyway, so it's a lovely day here in England, in the southeast. I'm still in the process of doing my van and all stuff. Can't wait to get it all done up. Got so many things on at the moment. Hey, I've got some. Oh, I'm desperate to do this story. Desperate. I can't yet. And I'm desperate to release this Excel film. I've been sitting on it for over a year now. Over a year. Excel, what they did to me in Excel. The Surinam's going slow because Watchtower told them that I was under bail condition. I was on bail or something, and they dropped it. So I'm having to chase them up to pick it up again. You know, they reckon I can't sue them if I was on bail and broke bail conditions, which I hadn't. And as the police have just said, they're not taking any further action. You know, no further action being taken. It's still, you know, you get a couple of years to sue these people. So I'll be on their backs very soon. Anyway, got some good things coming up. We've got the meet up in London. Is it this week? Or is it next week? I think it might be this week. Hoping to get there. Got to go to London and get my phone. They've been holding my phone, haven't they, for a couple of months. That's Watchtower again. See, I've got to put another claim in for them having said definitely it was me. I'm going to ask for the custody records, and I can get the custody records and maybe the interview. They taped the interview, so if I can get that, I'll put it on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, you all take care, and I'm going to go off and get my papers that I writ whilst in prison. 160 chapters. There must be some experiences, giggles in there.